In this lesson, I'm going to look at how we're going to calculate the area of a sector and then the area of a segment of a circle. So the first one we're going to look at is the sector. And what is a sector before we look at how we're going to calculate its area? And a sector is nothing more than part of a circle. And notice the the mathy definition I look at it as. It's a region of a circle bounded by a central angle. Now, a central angle is one of those angles that has its vertex at the center. For example, right here is a central angle. Therefore, that what you see in green is one sector of a circle. The red is also a sector. The yellow and the blue are sectors of the circle as well. Now, I want to be able to calculate the area of that sector. So to do that, I need to use this formula that says n divided by 360 times pi r squared. What I look at first is this right here. That's the area of the entire circle. And then this is just saying what fraction of the circle do we need. So I come back up here to reference my picture here. And if I wanted to find the area of that green sector, I'd have to do pi r squared, whatever my radius is. I'd put that in there, and then n divided by 360. Notice it says that n is the measure of the central angle. So what I have marked up here already, right here, I need to know the measure of that angle. Or it's the measure of the arc that creates the sector. Now that would be this right here. What you'll find out later is the measure of this arc that I just drew in and the measure of the central angle there, they're always going to be equal in measure. So if you know the measure of the arc, you also know the measure of the central angle, or vice versa. If you know the measure of the central angle, then you know the measure of the arc. So if we know the measure of that arc or that measure of that angle, and we know the radius, we're going to be able to calculate the area of the sector using our little formula. Now the next one is going to be the segment of a circle. Now to me this never really made sense because when I think of segment I think of part of a line, it's straight, but then you come in here and you look at segment of a circle, well it's a vocab word that we need to know, and it's the purple region that you see. And it's a region of a circle bounded by an arc and a chord. Well, the arc, that's right here. We'll talk more about arcs later. And the chord, that's a segment that's in a circle. That's right here. Put the two together and you're going to get that part of the circle that's left that's referred to as the segment of the circle. And in my example slide, we'll look at calculating the area of a segment. So that's going to conclude my lesson portion on areas of sectors, and we'll get to the areas of segments.